Hello, welcome back to the stream. Welcome Rick Lowe in the UK and Mudshark from Sweden. Good to have you. Welcome to anyone else who is dropping in or folks who are watching the recording on YouTube. Renee from Austria. Oh, wow. I am tickled. I am so pleased. Renee was one of my co-conspirators for teaching an advanced TDD workshop in Austria. So great to have you again. You know, I just, it's a dark time right now. War in Europe for the first time in 77 years. And I just need to acknowledge that this is dark. Life has to go on. I want to keep streaming. I want to keep coding, but part of my mind is very distracted right now, and so that's just the way it is. Down with fascists. Whether that's in Russia or here in the United States, where we still have plenty of fascism to go around. On that not so cheery note, let's get into something more fun. And let's get back to our discovery tree. This is what we did last time to try to tame and visualize the work that we are doing to convert ViewController Presentation Spy. And actually, you know, part of having a board like this, at least for a team, would be to have conversations about it and to keep adjusting it. Unlike something like fixed, like, you know, a requirements document or a Jira ticket, or with everything subtasked down to the details. What a waste. That is a very wasteful, common but wasteful way of working. A nice thing about having just a bunch of stickies, even in a virtual format like this, is that we can move them around. We can say, oh, we forgot about this. Oh, this needs to be that, and change things on the fly. And I realized, you know, my goal is not Objective-C to Swift conversion. That's a means. What is my goal? My goal is a Swift Package Manager version of my library. And the reason that we're having to do the conversion is because Swift Package Manager doesn't let you mix languages. Let me note this. Come here. There we go. So that's really the goal, and so the conversion is part of this. The other part would be like provide a package, and this is not work in progress. So let's note this. There we go. All right. So looking down at this, you know, part of the idea is also not to break down things beyond where you're working right now, but to go one level down. So I want to make a Swift Package Manager version of this, so I have to do conversion. That means converting these three verifiers, and we're working in the alert verifier. And there are various things in the alert verifier that need to be converted. And we're working in the UI alert controller. In the initializer, you know, really this there's no point in having this by itself unless I discover something else. So I think I'm just going to call out that this is in the initializer. And let's reparent some things here. Cleaning things up. Let's move some stuff. Whoops. Get out of there. There, we can move things around. Warm coffee isn't really on the list. I'm going to check, though, that my coffee warmer is on this time, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think I can get rid of that. All right, so that's a little better. However, I also realized that my saying this was done is actually a lie. It's not really true. And let me show you why. So here's the Swift code that we have so far for UI Alert Controller. We're doing a swizzle of the initializer. That's good. And look at this. This is what I found I had to pull out last time. Here's the preferred style. Right, this here. Here's the preferred style, and I cannot have this in play right now. Which means that me saying it's done, technically it works. It would work. There are just other parts of the that we need to pull into play around the popover. But it's not true, right? This is not true. So let's make it true. Just to sort of demonstrate what's going on here, if I bring this into play and run tests, I should get, wow, a crash. Why is it crashing? That's not good. Let me see if I can fix that first. That was not the crash I expected. Execute action. Like, why is it? That's not good at all. So let's see what show alert has. That's not much. Ah, here we go. This is why it's crashing. Okay. This is a valid reason to crash. Let's go back and let me bring this out and explain. So this is swizzling this getter right here depends on having the extra properties associated object. And that's what we need. We've got, where do we do that? We do it in the initializer part section that we're not calling, actually. Right here. This here is not called because this is QCO mock with title 2. And this is what we want. If I can just bring this over to Objective-C or call this from Objective-C, will be good. In fact, what if I extract this and call this? I wonder if I can do that and bring this into play. Here we go. Let's try. Any questions as we go, please feel free to jump in on the comments and even to ask about, as usual, anything even unrelated. Just, hey, John, you happen to have me. I'm happy to have rabbit trails. Let's see if we can't extract this. This would be... I'm just trying to think of what to extract since this refers to self. I'm not sure that it can be a method, but let's stop debating and start trying. So this will be attach extra properties, something like that. Why does it need style? I don't know. Oh, because it's passing it in like that. Great. And nothing is calling this right now, so this will still pass. What I'm wondering is if I can make this like that and actually call it from the Objective-C side of things. But this so far is good enough. That I want to commit it. It's not really tested, so I'm going to give it a what? Watch out there. Actually, you know, I can test part of it. I will just have a different failure. So if I bring this into play and here call QCOMOC with title 2, I think everything will pass except for popover stuff. So let's try. There we go. All right, I feel good about that. Let me set that back a few steps. So that makes me feel better that this is just a straight up refactoring. Yeah, let me do this first, Mudshark, and let's see. Where to go? Here we are. All right, so don't you need to pass in the self object? Well, evidently not, because it's a method. And this is what I was wondering, was how much of this can be a method where self is already attached versus, but it's being called from an initializer. So if self is still sort of in progress, then shouldn't that be like a static function where there is no self? So apparently it's okay. And this is where I love having tests and quick verification in ensemble programming. One of the nice rules is stop debating about code and just try something and see. Basically, let the code argue for itself, and we'll figure it out. So now, let me see if I can't call attach extra properties from this. The Objective-C. Maybe that's not where it goes. Hang on a second. All right, so from this one right here. There we are. It doesn't think anything is calling it, but that's not quite true. So don't believe that, Gray. So let's see if I can't say Let's see if I can't remember how to call something in Objective-C. Duh. Why is it all red there? UI alert controller. Attach extra properties with styles defined in UI alert controller plus. It is? Where is this? It's in UI alert controller. It's in an extension. Func needs to be public. Didn't like that. How about this way? We'll see if it catches up. I actually expect this will pass if it builds, but it didn't build. Well, declare method and interface. I don't need to do anything special to bring in Swift declarations here. Oh, and I got a commit failure. I know what's going on with that. That's usually when I get a signing failure. What was it? I have to GPG some sort of kill. I have to kill the agent. And let's try that commit one more time. There we go. Okay. Phew. Heck, I don't know. Let me. Yeah, that's a good question. Whether it's actually in self or not. And I would expect it is. But maybe what I can try. Yeah, do I have that's the question. That would be in the I'm looking. ViewController here. So I don't. So are you saying that I may need UI alert controller plus QCO mock? Like that? Didn't like that. My other option is to say, oh, well, I'm just going to like have the same code in Objective-C. Unless you have other ideas about why this is not visible. Because it's funny, it completed it fine, right? I say self attach. I mean, there it is. It just doesn't know what I'm talking about. So all right, let's have a look at the Swift side of things. Launch this in Xcode and look in. Not the sample app. Oh, I think it's not liking me because I've got something else open over here. Hang on a second. There we go. Silly Xcode. All right. ViewController, here, right here. ViewController presentation spy swift.h. All right, let me try that. Well, it didn't complain about, no, it did complain about that. Wonder if it's, all right, let me suck that over. If we don't get there soon, I'm gonna hop out to the fallback. Yeah, it did not like that. Unless it's somewhere funny. Maybe my path is wrong. I don't know. But rather than get all tangled up in that, I'm gonna punt. Because this is a temporary measure, ideally, anyway. So let's get me back to where we do that. This here. I don't mind having it in a function right there. That's kind of nice. But let's see if we can't do this over in here. All right. And this may not be possible, but let's see. Probably I need to start exposing some stuff. Uh-oh. If I start exposing things, hope it comes over. So I'm guessing that this needs to be, no, this is NS object, so it should already be exposed. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. My grand plans have gone awry because it doesn't know how to get, I'm back at the same problem. Darn it. I still need to get at Swift stuff over here. Boo. All right. So we need to back up. I guess we do need to solve this problem after all. Here's the imports we have. Let me give that a try, Renee. Yeah. Oh, not that, but no. Oh, ViewController. Nope. Not liking things here. No, my thing is called ViewController Presentation Spy. Hmm? Hello. Let's see if this is happy. Yeah. I'm going to commit this. Now let's see if we can do this. Hey, it's not angry with me. Woo! So far, so good. Commit. Attach properties from. Yeah, that's the thing. This is why, we think we're so smart, and really having expertise does matter. Like having all you folks say, what about this? What about that? Ultimately, we got there because of your suggestions. And so expertise does matter, but this is where I love just trying stuff and seeing how far we can get. Trusting in the tests. Now let's go back here. And here's my question. Will this work? I don't know. Boink. Okay, it still dies in the same place. Let's see what else we have going in this. Let's try that. Hey, it didn't die. Now we have failures. Why is it failing? All right, well, this is interesting. Let's see what we have here. See if there's anything interesting. Because this is unexpected. Text fields can only be added to an alert controller of style UI. Huh? See, I thought. Oh. I thought that I had to. Set. Okay, so it seems I do need to set the preferred style. Oh no, this is a little scary. I'm trying to replace this, and I have this read write overruling the thing that says this is read only. And it would seem that when it comes to down here, saying, well, let's add some text fields to an alert controller, and it says, whoa, your style is wrong, that it may be not honoring the contract of saying get the style by querying it, by asking for its style using the swizzled oh wait, am I not doing the swizzling? No, I am doing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back, come back, come back. I thought I had this in play. Let's try this again. No, now that crashes. Crashes saying the associated object isn't found. Okay, let's see. Because I would think this would attach the associated object. Puzzles, puzzles, puzzles. This is why we need to stay humble. I feel like my journey as a developer, maybe you can identify with this, is when you're starting, I don't know anything, but it's really cool. And then you learn stuff and then you're like, wow, I'm an expert. I know so much. And then you learn more and realize humility. I don't know if you identify with that arc or not. All right, why is this? Let's set a breakpoint here. Because this is funny. I expect this is being called. But evidently it's not. What? What's happening? Okay, so it's the fatal error I put in myself, we put in. Is the swizzling done before the init? If so, then the associated object is there. That's a good question. Let's find out. All right, so yeah, not there. Oh, oh, oh. Seems that it's not set. That may be, and yet what puzzles me is that. All right, let's figure this out. Let's split some things so we can see. I'm going to split it down. And where is... Okay, we got the Swift up top. Right here. And we have QCO mock with title. So this is the class function that's supposed to call this thing, but back at the very top, we replace this initializer, the main one, title message preferred style, with ours. That comes here. And this is calling QCO mock with title, not to, but this one down here. right? And yet, is it? Because then later on, it tries to get that as attached property and it's attached object, and the error is that there is no associated object. All right, let's see if we can't collectively, between us, figure this out. All right, here we are. We set this, this, this. Oh, it's already swizzled, it would seem. Okay. That's why we never got here. It looks like this is already swizzled out. That's funny. I thought I only set the getter. What if I don't do this? Can you get the property using the class name? I'm not sure what you mean there, Mudshark. I want to this is ultimately I want to get rid of this. This is the Objective-C hack to say, you know what, make it possible for me to get at that thing. I think I tried this already. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that. I think it was just a matter of like, I have like 3 switches and I was switching 2 things at a time. This worked. This worked. This is very good. The fact that, yeah, it must have just been too many things at once. So this avoids the read-write redeclaration. And is there anything else? Is there anything else dealing with the style? Let's just do a quick sanity check. Nope. Nothing in there. Terrific. Confusing, but it works. Wonderful. I can get rid of this comment because that's no longer true. Woot. All right. This is let me get a sense of what this is. This is preferred style. Here we got rid of the redeclaration as read-write. We don't set it, and instead rely on the attached properties. We brought this back into play. Wonderful. So this is swizzle or like that. Yay! 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 And so now this is true. I am happy. Well, this I didn't set this back to the construction thing, but that's okay. Woot woot. Now we can start Popover. Wow. Thanks for... At least this is less chaotic than last time, where I spent the first half just getting tangled trying to get back to green, and then we built up the tree. So this is good. So now we could say to communicate to everyone on the team, everybody interested, including the you know, whoever's doing the project management side of things. If there is anybody like that, they can see, okay, what's being worked on? This. Oh, preferred style is done. And we can say, oh, well, it's done now. We messed up. But now we're going to work on Popover to do the arrow direction. I don't know that I don't know that I need things like this, and yet it might help. There's probably no rule against it, because at the alert controller level, we've got preferred style and Popover, and the thing that's blocking Popover is arrow direction. Excuse me a second. I need to figure out how to clear my throat without... No. Is it... Oh, here it is. Hopefully I could clear my throat without blowing out your ears. We just had to find where that was. I think one of these times I'm going to replace my my use of this app, which happens to be OBS Blade. Which has been helpful, but I'm going to probably replace it with some real buttons where I can control things. Do we keep going, or do we call this a day? That's a question. Why don't we take a look at the extra properties? Actually, first, let me do something else first, and that is there's the Objective-C, there's the Swift sample project, and there's an Objective-C sample project, and I've also been bit the last couple times when I've done a push up that my pipeline, my GitHub Actions, were actually checking more things that I wasn't checking locally, and I thought that's not good. So I added a oh, that's not at this level. I added a script. Here it is. That I can call locally, which does the same things as the GitHub Actions does. And really, the GitHub Actions, maybe it should call these, except I've got some different settings here, and I've got XE Beautify instead of XE Pretty. Anyway, let me do this real fast. This will take a little longer, and the nice part is that it's checking, like, does tvOS version still build? Does the Carthage, yeah, does the Carthage version hold together? I think it was Carthage. What have I got here? I've got Xcode build, Okay, it's just 3 Xcode build things. All right. But I'm checking 3 different things. So there we go. Okay, it passed. In that case, I feel confident that I can just push this puppy. Great. And let's take a quick look at where we go next. Arrow direction is blocked for the same reason as preferred style was blocked. Let's see if we can't find where arrow direction is. Oh, arrow direction is in my special declaration of mock this thing. Here it is. This is exactly the same as UI Popover presentation controller, except I redeclared arrow direction to read write. So really what we need is to use UI Popover presentation controller, but attach extra properties and do the same trick that we did with to get the arrow direction swizzled. That is where we go. Let's see if that's sort of reflected in here. Okay, we attach extra properties, we put the arrow direction in there, and then we swizzle it. And I think that we should do this in something that we can call from Objective-C, just as we did to get the preferred style over. Well, that's sort of why the initializer was there. Maybe I don't need to collapse single things. Because the thing that is, yeah, let me set this back. Okay, I don't mind. Let me detach this and that, and we're just going to set this back. So this will be initializer, yeah. I think what I'm learning about a discovery tree is that, okay, the point is not following some wonderful rules, although there are good rules about this. The point is clarity and transparency. And this helps me see that by separating this out like this helps me see that we've now done the right thing of converting preferred style away from the cheat of redeclaring the property as read-write when it was read-only into a properly swizzled thing that's called from the old Objective-C initializer. Now I need to do the same thing to do this and work it up until the popover itself is also handled by the Objective-C initializer, and then I can convert the initializer to Swift. There. That seems much clearer to me. Maybe we can start extra properties. But I don't know. I'm feeling like that's going to be a whole new time, and yeah, I'd rather not start right now. I've got changes pushed up. I'm happy, and let's call it a day. So a little shorter than usual, but hopefully this certainly helped me. I feel better about the project. I feel better about the tree itself. And oh, here's one more thing. I don't have confirmation yet from Ron Cortell, the guy who invented discovery trees, but he and one of his partners in crime, Quinn, wrote about how you can use this to do simple forecasting. And the way I think it works is to say, well, here's this thing we need to do. And this is super rough, right? We're not going to like have estimates. But in answer to the question, how far done is it? Like, how far do we have to go? Well, quite a bit, because we have all these things that aren't tasked out. So assuming that the past is any sort of predictor of the future, we can say, all right, this is, if this were done, this would be half done. Now, I think it's more than half done. That providing the package will be really fast and easy. But let me say this is 50%. So that's, here, I'm gonna put in some text here. So if this is half done, so to speak, again, super rough. And this is, actually, it's not even half done, but here we're working on the first third, and here we have another third. Here we have a full just one. Now here I've completed, oops, half. And we're going to start this other direction down here. But I think then that I can take these and say, okay, 3 times 3 is 9, 18, what, 36? That we're 1/36 of the way done. Is that accurate? It's not precise, right? But it gives a picture. Yeah, it gives a picture of how far done are we, so that we can have clearer communication. So yeah, Mudshark, hopefully the rest will go faster. Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't sharing. Shoot. Sorry about that. So here's where I broke it down. My apologies. Here I am. Hopefully this makes a little more sense now, what I was just saying, right? So that this is half done. This is 1/3. This is 1/3. This is 1 of 1. And here's 1/2. And we're going to now start adding to this. And eventually we'll get parts of it, more and more of it done. But that's why I came up with that 1/36. Renee, I'm wondering if it is possible to make a link between the discovery tree and the git log, so when you see both, you know what is what, so you understand changes more easily. Maybe. Certainly, one thing that Ron and Quinn share in their blog about discovery trees is that this doesn't mean you can still have a ticketing system, and you would just put the ticket numbers in here. So if you wanted to, you could put some, simple SHAs in here to say, well, where was this done? But the other part of it that is interesting that we won't get to do until we finish all this is that once I finish this, then I pop this off and say, okay, now is there anything I need to do for arrow direction? And then I pop that off. And is there anything I need to do for popover? And as we pop things off, we actually delete them. It would be like going up, effectively going up to the post-it board, our information radiator, and saying done, 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 done. And saying because they're done, we don't need to track them anymore. Now you could toss them in, I suppose, in a pile somewhere if anybody needed to, if anybody wasn't actively part of manipulating the board. I did just create a board for another project at work at Industrial Logic, and there, because I can't work on this thing all the time because I'm coaching clients most of the time, I think I may create like a done folder, and just say, oh, just stick out anything that's done over here so that people can see, oh yeah, we did that thing. It wasn't forgotten. All right. All right. This was a good hour. I feel good. I feel happy that the discovery tree is serving me well, and that in the process of making the tree and trying to get back to green last time, I discovered, yeah, that preferred style stuff we did, it's not really in production. Now it is in production, and it's pushed, it's green. I didn't get any nasty email, as far as I know, from GitHub saying, whoa, something broken. All right. Thank you so much for joining and for participating and helping me. I love doing this. Wish we could do it together in person someday. If you're watching this on YouTube, give this a like. That helps, bump its visibility. Subscribe so that you know when new stuff comes out. And that funny little thing, hit the bell so that you get all notifications when I post stuff. Because otherwise you only get them when YouTube decides that it's like there's enough weight behind it. And if you subscribe, well, it's not like I'm posting stuff every day, right? So, all right. Thank you again. Stay strong in Europe. Keep supporting Ukraine. Bring in the refugees and pray for an end, and a good end to all this. Take care, folks.